What's up, guys? I just want to come here with a daily reminder that you just got to trust the process. What do I mean by that? I mean, whatever path that you're on, wherever you're looking to go, if you feel that it's the right path to get you to where you want to go, believe in it. Believe in it so hard that there's no doubt in your mind. This is coming from an honest place, right here in my soul. A little bit over a year ago, I graduated barber school, and my goal was to become a full-time barber. I didn't want to have to be reliant on having a part-time job. When I first started, I had to have a part-time job, and what I was doing is I was working in the shop from 9 o'clock till about 4:30, I think it was, 9 to 4:30, and then I was going right from there to the gym for about 45 minutes. Then from the gym, I was going right to driving Uber, and I was doing Uber from about 6 o'clock until midnight every single night, and that's how I was supplementing my income. Through those times, I definitely had a bunch of doubt, and I just wasn't sure if I was going to be able to eventually reach my goal of being a full-time barber. And although I had the doubt along the ways, I also had extreme confidence that I was going to do it. I almost gave myself no ultimatum. There was no way out. I had to make this work, and because of that, or alongside that, I wrote down goals. And one of my goals was to become a full-time barber and not be reliant on any extra sources of income. 8 months later, I was full-time. Actually, less than 8 months later, I was full-time, cutting hair and making enough money to pay my bills. I didn't do anything special. I didn't do anything above and beyond. I sat in the barbershop, and I had clients that would occasionally come in. I had people that would just walk in needing a haircut, and I slowly built my clientele. Now, I didn't build it to an extensive amount, but I built it to the right amount. I had a number in mind. I had an amount of money that I needed to make every single week in order to at least get my bills paid. This didn't include extra money to go out to dinner or anything like that. This was solely just to get my bills paid, have groceries, and pay my weekly chair rent. And this happened within 8 months. 2 months later, I was presented with the opportunity to buy a barbershop. And although this was not in the plan, this was something that I just could not pass up. And because of that, I decided to move forward, and I felt almost that I would miss an opportunity if I didn't take this one. Now let's talk about opportunity. One thing that I've learned from reading various books was that opportunities, a lot of people do get opportunities to get to that next level in life, get to that next spot where they're trying to reach. But what I've learned is that if you're not ready to take that opportunity, you're not going to see the opportunity, and you may not even if you do see it, you may not go after it and take it. You have to get yourself in that mindset to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. Do people come from different backgrounds and different upbringings that make it more difficult for them? Absolutely. I'm not saying that that's the case. But needless to say, there are moments where we all have opportunities, and whether or not we utilize them and go after them and make them everything they can be is totally up to us. And I've never stopped believing that. Now, with being a business owner, I've learned a lot of things in the last couple months that have changed me as a person in a good way. It's put me in a different mindset, different mentality. And although it's still I've only been doing this now 6 months. I've been a business owner for 6 months. I still have a ton to learn, and it hasn't been lost on me that I'm not perfect. And along this way, along these 6 months, there have been times that I've doubted, that I've felt like man, what if this doesn't work out? But again, I've reached a point in my life, in my career, where I haven't given myself any ultimatum. This has to work out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This has to work out. And was kind of to loop this back around. This was a moment where I had to even tell myself, like, hey, you have to trust the process. As soon as I stopped stressing about it, things just start to fall in line. It sounds so easy, and it sounds like one of those ads that you see on YouTube that, you know, says that people are like, hey, do you want me to tell you how to make $1 million in a week, or whatever the case is? A lot of those are baloney, because you end up just paying these people to give you this information that most people already have this information, and they know what they need to do to be successful. But one thing that we constantly do is we get in our own way. And there's people that get in their own way constantly but don't even realize it. They just think that life is happening to them, which is false. It's a mentality thing. And then there's people that know they're getting in their way but can't figure out how to get out of it. I myself do that quite often, and I have to just remind myself not only to trust the process, but hey, dude, like, the only reason that things may not be working out for you are because of you. The only person, the only entity that has say in your success in life is you as a person. I can honestly say this as somebody who is, I consider myself successful in the sense that I am barbering full time and I don't have to rely on extra outside income. I'm successful in that aspect. But my goals at this point have been reimagined and are now pretty much reset. Hit my goal from last year, and now I have a new goal. And that new goal is even more stressful. So just do me a favor. Don't stress. You're going to stress. I know you're going to, even when I tell you not to. But you have to trust the process. If you're a barber and you're new, it's going to be daunting sitting in that chair for 8 hours a day sometimes and not having any clients. But trust the process. You're going to have people that randomly walk in, and all you have to do is do your best bet, do your best job to make the best first impression that you can and give that person the best experience and customer service that you can. And be yourself. Just be who you are, and people will like it. Unless you're a shitty person. Obviously, I can't speak on that term, but for the most part, for the majority of you, be yourself and enjoy what you do, and the rest of it will come. You have to wait, because the thing is, if you don't wait and you just want things to happen quick, let me tell you something. You're not ready in that moment. If that's what your thought process is, where you just want things to happen right then and there, I can tell you this 100%. You're not ready to take advantage of that opportunity that could come your way. You're not ready for it. You have to put in that time in order to get to that point. This is something that I've learned over the last couple of years. Back when I was pursuing a music career and kind of had one toe in the music industry, that's what happened. There's a part of it where I could say I didn't trust the process and I wanted things too quick. But I learned from that whole experience that I just wasn't ready. For a high majority, for the first half of my music career, I wasn't ready for those opportunities because I just wasn't seasoned enough. I didn't know things. I would have crashed and burned had I gotten those opportunities. I either wouldn't have been able to take advantage of them, or had I been able to take advantage of them and somehow weasel my way in, it wouldn't have turned out good. And I can tell you that 100%. So trust the process. Just stay focused on your goals. And if it helps you, I tell people, get a journal. Journals are like $7. You can go to the dollar store and get a journal for less than that. Keep a journal. You don't have to write in it every day. I don't. But write your goals down. What do you want out of this year? Figure out what you want to happen by the end of this year. And if you write it down and you stay focused, I guarantee you it's going to happen. That's my advice for the day. My unsolicited, unasked for advice. Take it or leave it. You guys have a good day. Today's Wednesday, March 16th. And have a good day.